Okay, let's cut right to the chase. Are you ready to shatter everything you thought you knew about global business expansion? Forget those perfect, shiny models they taught you in business school. Today, we're ripping off the Band-Aid. We are diving deep into the brutal, blood and guts reality of cross-border business.
Here's the million-dollar question. Actually, make that the billion-dollar question. Why do massive multinational giants, companies with bottomless bank accounts and top-tier tech, fail so completely in emerging markets? You probably think conquering a new market is just about having a better product, right? Or just throwing more marketing dollars at it. Wrong, dead wrong. Reality is about to hand you a massive wake-up call.
Listen, you need to burn this phrase into your brain. You cannot use an old map to navigate a new world. If a massive corporation tries to force its safe, comfortable legacy playbook into a volatile transitional economy, they aren't just going to fail. They are going to get eaten alive. Total, guaranteed destruction. All right, let's look at part one, the invisible vampire, institutions and costs. We're exposing the hidden mechanism that actually dictates whether a business survives or dies. I call it the invisible vampire of broken institutions. Check out this infographic. It shows a vicious survival loop. When local rules completely collapse, the hidden costs of doing business absolutely explode. You can't trust suppliers, the laws are basically invisible, and suddenly, companies are terrified. They abandon the dream of solo ownership and desperately huddle together with local partners just to survive. Today, our secret weapon is this classic 2001 paper by Klaus E. Meyer. While other academics were stuck in their traditional economic bubbles, Meyer used the absolute chaos of 1990s Eastern Europe as a magnifying glass. We're stripping away all the boring academic jargon from this groundbreaking study to show you the raw, unfiltered truth of entering a new market. If you look at this, think of it as a literal minefield map. The higher the institutional score, the fewer the hidden traps. Look closely at the Czech Republic versus Russia here. Giants only dared to invest cold, hard cash to build wholly owned factories in places like the Czech Republic, where commercial laws were actually solid. If the institutions are garbage, there is absolutely no way they're risking total ownership. No way. Moving on to part two, the UK versus Germany, and a true battle of data. Now, this isn't just a bunch of theories drawn on a whiteboard. Look at this number, 677. That is a massive real-world survey of West German and British cross-border ventures. This is hard data, built on millions of dollars of actual corporate experience. This comparison right here is devastating. German firms were geographically closer. They understood the local rules, both the written ones and the unwritten ones. So they confidently went all in, building wholly owned subsidiaries. But the British firms, they were distant, unfamiliar, and frankly, terrified. They hid behind contracts and local joint ventures. Distance literally breeds fear. Look at this bar chart. The math completely proves it. When local institutions are weak, the statistical probability of a company choosing to totally own their venture falls off a cliff. Fear drives them away from ownership and straight into the safest, most non-committal option possible. Simple trade. It's basically them saying, we can't handle the risk, so we're staying out. Now for part three, the true cost, tech versus management. Brace yourself for the biggest, most counterintuitive twist of this whole analysis. You probably think cutting-edge technology is the most valuable thing a company brings, right? That it needs the most protection? Absolutely wrong. In these transitional markets, tech is cheap, selling a patent is easy. But exporting management, trying to teach Western survival skills in a different culture, that is an absolute blood sport. Read this slide carefully. Tech can be sold, but management must be completely, utterly controlled. You can't just hand over a flashy new management playbook to a local joint venture partner and expect a miracle. You have to take the steering wheel. 100% ownership is literally the only way out. So why do you need absolute control? Check out these bullets. You're dealing with a local workforce that might be used to the slacking habits of an old central planned economy. Handing them an employee handbook does nothing. You have to eradicate those old routines. You have to transfer unwritten, tacit knowledge that you can't just put in an email. You are completely restructuring the corporate culture. That takes intense, daily, direct friction. A joint venture simply cannot give you that level of pure control. All right, let's wrap this up with part four, the bottom line and the limits of this playbook.
The institutions of an economy determine the pattern of transaction costs. This quote right here, this core truth is timeless. It still holds up today. But we have to be fiercely critical here. This data captures a very highly specific snapshot of Eastern Europe in the 1990s. And as we know, the business world never stops evolving. So I leave you with this final burning question. When you look at today's booming emerging markets like Southeast Asia or Latin America, are they just the 1990s Eastern Europe repeating itself? Or are they a completely new, terrifying battlefield? Ask yourself, are you still relying on an outdated map? Or are you finally ready to conquer the new, invisible vampires? Think about it.